Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Dr. Travis Gratton with University Veterinary Care Center is joining us live for today's pet advice. Good morning, Dr. Gratton.
Good morning.
Well, we know how sports medicine can help people.
Yeah.
But it can help animals too. How?
Yeah, certainly it's a huge niche on the human side because of the money involved in athletes. In animals, certainly as they become more and more part of our lives and in some cases the focus, we're seeing more and more sports come up that aren't even just kind of the traditional ones that we've seen over the years.
We'll talk about some of the types of injuries that are common and often helped from sports medicine.
Yeah, similar to human athletes, you know, you deal with the muscle injuries, the ligaments, tendons, you know, sometimes joint problems and even fractures, and that do happen. You know, these are athletes, they are driven, they're dogs that have been, you know, bred for generations, centuries sometimes to do what they do, and when they are focused on it, they go hard, they go all out, they don't go part way, so they are kind of prone to injury.
Now, are we talking about only competitive dogs, or does this type of medicine help just your average everyday dog?
Yeah, I
may
mean,
just be pretty active.
Things happen to other dogs, you know, as well, and the technologies certainly apply. There's no doubt about that.
Now, is it mostly dogs that it helps, or are we talking about other types of animals? I know dogs are usually the most competitive when you're thinking about that sort of thing.
Yeah, dogs certainly are number one in the list of athletes with all the various sports. Horses certainly also fall into the category. Not a whole lot of others that are out
Not many
there.
Cats.
Yeah, certainly there are some, you know, show cattle and things like that, but especially dogs because of some of the working dogs as well.
Right.
Also the police dogs, the nose work dogs who sniff drugs and whatever else. You know, that there's a lot of those dogs who work very, very hard for a living. So
yeah, well, when you're talking about sports medicine, what does that look like?
It really is kind of integrative care. Certainly it all starts with diagnostics from both the manual, you know, hands-on exam. When you're dealing with sports injuries, it's a different ballpark of things than what you see in day-to-day practice. Ultrasound for musculoskeletal injuries and ligament and tendon injuries certainly happen. X-rays, you know, some of the higher-end athletes, and not necessarily even higher end, but CTs and MRIs are becoming more common. And then it progresses into therapies, which, you know, chiropractic, as we've discussed a couple of times on the show, very, very common for maintaining balance, coordination, and mobility. And you know, you go on into cold laser and regenerative therapies like stem cell therapy and platelet-rich plasma, and, you know, even surgery. There are surgeons who do predominantly sports-related work on animals. So,
well, sports medicine, not just for people, it's for animals too.
Helps us all.
It helps us all, that's right. Well, Dr. Gratton, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
And if you'd like more information about University Veterinary Care Center, just head over to universityvetcare.com.